Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another glorious week. We are going to be talking about adding decimals today. And before we do that, we need to review our place value so that when we go in to work these problems, we have a refresher on how to line these up. So let's start with our decimal places. If you remember from the decimal point, we have our tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. Then our ones period, which includes our ones, tens, and hundreds. Our thousands period, which includes our thousands, 10,000s, and 100,000s. Our millions period, which includes the millions, 10 millions, and 100 millions. And finally, our billions period, which is our billions, our 10 billions, and our 100 billions. Don't forget that if you are having problems remembering place value, you have this foldable that we created in your math notebooks. Don't hesitate to go back and look at them. It's a great resource. So, reminder, that's on page 4 of your math notebook. If you want to take it home and study, go for it. Now, let's get to working on adding and subtracting decimals. So, the first thing that you always need to remember when adding or subtracting decimals is you have to line up the place values. And to make sure that this is perfectly clear and that no one is confused in any way, shape, or form, I am going to write this in big old red letters. Line up your place values. See, I don't think I can emphasize that enough. Let's see here. Maybe if we put some orange underlining here. Line up your place values. This is where your place value chart, knowing place value is going to come in handy, because if you don't know your place value, you're not going to be able to line them up correctly, and it's going to trick you up. So let's start with our first example today, which asks us to add 34 and 929 thousandths plus 62 and 710 thousandths. Now, when you see problems like this, a lot of times they're going to say that this equals X, or it equals a letter of some kind, an unknown value. Don't let that letter mess you up. It's a placeholder. It's just saying that some number is going to go there that represents the sum of these two add-ins. That's all it is. So line up your place values. I've got two numbers with decimals, so I'm going to come down here and I'm just going to go ahead and put my decimals in place. I'm going to draw my line and my addition sign. My first number has 34 and 929 thousandths. Now with my second number, I also have tens. I have ones, tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. I'm going to start with my thousandths. I have 0 thousandths, 1 hundredth, 7 tenths, 2 ones, and 6 tens. Line up your place values. You're going to hear me say that a million times, because that is the biggest mistake students make, is they don't line up the place values. So once you've lined up the place values, everything stays the same. But the first step, you're just going to bring that decimal down. Just bring it right down on the line right there. Now you don't have to worry about it. It's done for you. So I'm going to start again, just like I would in any addition problem, with the least place value to add them. 9 plus nothing is 9. 2 plus 1 is 3. 9 plus 7 is 16. I leave my ones. I carry the tens to the next place value. Now, I just need to add these three down. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. 3 plus 6 is 9. So I can now say that 97 and 639 thousandths equals X. And I'm even going to put a box around it to show that that is my answer. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. It is as simple as that. Do not let that decimal confuse you. Do not let it upset you. It's simple and straightforward. Now, let's take a look at our next example. I have 2 and 43 tenths plus 45 and 1,000th. Okay. Once again, what do you start with? Line up your place values. Wrote it in red, underlined it in orange. I cannot emphasize this enough. So once again, I'm going to start by setting up my problem, just like I did before. My first number has 2 ones, 4 tenths, and 3 hundredths. My second number has 4 tens, 5 ones, no tenths, no hundredths, and 1,000th. Now I need to add in some place value placeholders. I'm going to come down here to this hundredth or this thousandths place, and I'm going to put a placeholder 0, because with the decimals, if you have missing pieces on the end, those place value holders on the end of decimals is going to help you. So 0 plus 1 is 1. 3 plus 0 is 3. 4 plus 0 is 4. Carry down your decimal. It stays in the same place. 2 plus 5 is 7. 4 plus nothing is 4. So this time, our sum is 47 and 431 thousandths. Easy peasy, guys. Very, very simple. Line up your place values, add like normal. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching today. If you have questions, if you need more examples, please let me know.